Hi and welcome to this product spotlight video on our flagship fire control panel, Latitude. I'll go through all of the key features that make this one of the most versatile and easy to install fire control panels on the market. But before we start, why not click the subscribe button and then the bell icon so that you'll be notified of all of our new video content. The Latitude Life Safety Platform is a modular fire control panel from Hochiki that can be configured to fit any size of project and any application, giving system designers complete control and flexibility when providing a life safety system for their projects. Now, whether using a single 2-loop panel or networking several panels together, Latitude provides a robust, reliable solution that's adaptable and easy to install. In this video, I'll explain the basic panel layout, the options on panel configuration, and I'll also explain the various peripherals that can be added to the basic panel, before going into some of the great features that make installing and configuring the Latitude quick and simple. The Latitude Fire Alarm Control Panel combines the very latest hardware and software to produce a control and indication system which is powerful and sophisticated, yet simple to use and understand. The panel is available in 3 sizes of cabinet, depending on the number of loops and the size of the required backup batteries. And this flexibility means the installer can choose whichever size will be most cost-effective for the project. And as well as the enclosure size, the panel is available in a number of configurations depending on application, giving the system designer and installer complete flexibility. There are several LED zone card options and a thermal printer, for example. So let's drill down into some of the key hardware features of the Latitude panel range. Firstly, there are 2 power supply options depending on the battery capacity required for the application. These are rated at either 5.25 amps or 10.25 amps. The 5.25 version can charge batteries up to a 26 amp hour size, and the 10.25 version can charge batteries up to a 45 amp hour size. So again, the engineer can decide here which option is most cost effective. The main interface is a full colour 800 by 480 pixel LCD resistive touch screen which displays the intuitive graphical user interface. The interface allows for an 80 character zone location and 80 character device messages, providing clear, concise descriptions of each detection device and its location to be configured. The resistive touchscreen technology allows all of the control functions to be available, even when wearing protective gloves. And that interface is preloaded with 38 user selectable languages currently, with more languages in development. The touchscreen's wallpaper can even be changed to reflect either the branding of the building owner or the installation company, and is simply uploaded via our Loop Explorer software. The panel interface also features function buttons within the touchscreen, and these can be programmed by the engineer to perform specific tasks depending on the site's requirements. These can be set up with end-user operations, tailored through cause and effects programming, for example. The optional LED zone indicator cards can provide up to 3 banks of 48 LEDs, providing a maximum of 144 zone LEDs per panel. The optional thermal printer prints at a 40 column width and is front-loading and uses replaceable thermal paper rolls. Now, the overall modular design of the main board and how other boards are interfaced makes it really simple for the engineer to configure the panel to suit the application. So the standard 2 to 8 loop model comes pre-fitted with 1 loop card, which has connections for 2 loops. But there are an additional 3 slots on the main board to accommodate another 3 loop cards, and that gives you the maximum of 8 loops for this model. Then there is the 2 to 16 loop model, which again comes pre-fitted with 1 loop card. But in this model, there are a further 7 slots for additional loop cards. Therefore, with all 8 loop cards installed, this will give you the maximum 16 loop capacity. You can see how a panel with this capacity can help reduce the need to network panels together in many projects. And just to point out here that the 2 to 8 loop panels physically cannot be extended beyond the 8 loop maximum capacity. And these cards are designed to be fitted literally in seconds utilising the available slots on the panel's main board. It's a plug and play approach, so no wiring required, speeding up installation and commissioning times. The loop card monitors loop device status and provides that status back to the main processor board. It also holds all the device configurations and is designed to operate in a standalone manner in the event of any catastrophic failures. Even if one loop card were to fail, the other fitted loop cards can continue to operate, limiting the number of loop devices lost. The loop card also communicates with other components within the panel to maintain the integrity of alarm and fault functions for the EN54 Part 2 redundancy requirements. More on that later. The Latitude's network card provides enhanced high-speed communication for networking up to a maximum of 127 Latitude panels and/or repeaters in any combination. All panels on the network are fully configurable via the network interface to allow different event types to be processed on the network. The network card provides protection from short-circuit fault conditions by its integrated isolator. This allows the entire network to operate as a horseshoe either side of the fault in much the same way as a short-circuit isolator device can protect a loop. With the optional Latitude Media Gateway card, the panel could be connected to additional software and hardware tools, including visual links and graphics software, providing a complete fire detection solution. The modular nature of the Latitude platform means that input and output cards can also be easily and quickly fitted in slots on the main board within the panel in a plug-and-play fashion. The suite of expansion cards currently comprises 8-way conventional detection card, 4-way sounder output card, 8-way volt-free relay contact card, 16-channel programmable input-output card. This makes for a really flexible system. The Latitude Vision Repeater allows for the full display and optional control of the Latitude fire alarm control panel from a small and unobtrusive local control station. As you can see, it's a slim and compact enclosure, and it features the same full-size 7-inch touchscreen as a main panel. It also includes an internal buzzer that can be silenced locally by the user. And the idea here is that the repeater can be situated more easily in a reception or front entrance, for example, with the main panel tucked away if space is of a premium. The graphic interface is completely configurable in terms of assigned functions and languages as per the main panel. So we've looked at all of the hardware features of the Latitude. Let's now take a closer look at some of the software features. Access to the Latitude menu and control functions is provided either by a unique 6-digit passcode or by the Enable Control key switch. And each panel can be configured with up to 64 individual access codes across 28 user profiles, which can be further configured with varying levels of access and permissions. And all user access is recorded in the event log for security and traceability. Latitude comes with a powerful network-wide cause and effect capability, adaptable for any environment or application, with a capacity that supports 5,000 entries with up to 20,000 inputs and controlling 20,000 outputs across the network. The introduction of device groups within the Latitude programming allows for the simplification of the system configuration and will support up to 5,000 groups and up to 50,000 devices, which helps cut down some of the complexity of C&E programming. A 10,000 entry event log records all system activity to a 1-second resolution and is held in secure memory, which is even retained when power is removed from the panel, so you'll never lose your event log data. Powerful filtering allows the log to be sorted by event type, between dates, by zone, by panel and by address. And by using the Loop Explorer 2 configuration program, the event log can be downloaded and stored as a CSV file format editable in Microsoft Excel, which can save time when viewing or searching through the log. Hotel mode is fully supported with Latitude, and this mode is used primarily in hotels where if a single sensor is activated, it's only the local sounder attached to that sensor which operates, not the whole premises. And this can help avoid unnecessary hotel-wide evacuations due to false alarms, for example. After a sensor activates in this mode, there's a set period of time for any transient smoke to clear before the premises-wide alarm is activated and the building is fully evacuated. The Latitude panel has also been designed to support and comply with BS 7273 Part 4, which is the standard around the operation of electronically controlled fire doors. The standard explains how to actuate mechanisms like this that unlock, release or open doors in the event of fire in buildings, and includes recommendations for the design, installation, commissioning and maintenance of those mechanisms. Now, EN54 Part 2 states that a single processor failure must not affect more than 512 input devices, and the Latitude system has been designed to be fully compliant in this regard. The touchscreen display card operates autonomously from the rest of the system in a separate failure mode, whilst the integral System A and B cards provide continual fire and fault routing outputs even if the display card has failed. It's also worth noting at this point that fire doors and smoke dampers can also continue to operate in a fail-safe mode in the event of a complete main processor failure, dependent on system design. And there you have it, the Latitude Fire Control Panel from Hochiki. Easy to install, easy to configure for any application, and packed full of features that make it one of the most powerful and flexible fire safety platforms on the market. Thank you for watching this video on Hochiki's Latitude. We hope it's been useful. For further information, please visit our website at the address coming up on screen in a moment. And don't forget, you can also follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook, or sign up to our monthly email newsletter to keep up to date with our latest news. See you next time.